Hey there. It is the end of week 33, living here at Freedom Acres. And you will notice that the sun is not brightly shining in my face, and Gracie has her little lightning, shirt on. So, what's that about, Kim? Well, that's about the fact that it has been pouring rain, pouring, day after day. It has been pouring rain, and it's still, well, it's not right this second. We have gotten a little reprieve, and the my weather app says I may have about an hour here, but it is it is gray skied here, black skied behind me. Um, there is no doubt that there is more coming in our direction. So that's what it's been like. And most of the week, Gracie has had her little thunder jacket on because, bless her, she does not like the thunder and lightning at all. She gets incredibly shaky and scared, and then you know, we have to go dig her out from under the bed or wherever it is that she's decided that she is going to hide because um, that's her normal mode of operandi. So I've been keeping her very close to my side, and the same with Tigra the cat. Tigra the cat is not really fond of the thunder and lightning either. So mostly what this week has looked like is we have been inside together with one of them on one side of me and the other one on the other side, and Tigra does not have a thunder shirt. Huh. Never thought about. Never thought about that, about a cat having a thunder shirt. Don't even know if cats do that. But nevertheless, Gracie, this works really well for Gracie. So here we are. That's what it's been like, which means that not a whole lot has happened out there on Freedom Acres this week. Um, I have not so much as repotted a plant, which is kind of cray because, every week I manage to get something for goodness sake, done. But this week was not one of those weeks on the outside at all. Now I did get a few things done on the inside, which has been really great and allowed me to forward some action that I've been wanting to get forwarded for a while here. I'm just readjusting as as we go so that you can actually see Gracie. But nevertheless, I let's see, what did I do? Um, Veggies. So I had all of these amazing veggies, and I took the cowpeas and I took all of the okra that I had in the fridge. I mean, there were bags of this, and I blanched them. And then I put them in bags and dated them and put them in the freezer. The ones that were already in the freezer, I left them there. I'm learning all this stuff too, by the way. Um, do I know anything about saving food? Not if it's not in a can. Or if it's not, or I've bought it already prepared to be saved. I've never done this on my own. Oops. So, in the spirit of learning all the things that we can in our first year, this is part of it. So, I blanched both the cowpeas, and they are now in the freezer. The next job for me to do is the peppers. So, I actually ordered myself some gloves because I'm a little afraid that I might be sensitive to the heat of all the peppers. So I've ordered some gloves. Those are on the way, and I then I will slice up the peppers, and I will do the same thing with them. I will pull out all the heat, the seeds from the inside. I will save those seeds. That's another piece of all this that I'm on the list of things to learn is seed saving. So I will save all the seeds, dry those, make sure that those are here so that I can have peppers for life. And get those blanched and in the freezer also. So that'll be coming this coming week. But there was quite a bit for me to just figure some of that out, believe it or not. For those of you that these kind of things are natural to you and you've been doing them forever, God bless you. But over here with me, I'm learning it all. So we're learning as we go. The other news for the week was that Tori seemed to have injured herself the prior week. Not a doctor, not sure exactly what went on, but she was in a lot of pain. So she stayed where she lives in St. Pete this week, and then she got some bug flu got her also. So it sounds like it was a pretty rough week for her, but she did not come here to Freedom Acres this week, which I am very thankful for because I'm all about she needs to heal. You know, we we never need to push our body beyond its limits such that we injure ourselves or become mm, more ill with something. Let's put it that way. So I was very glad that she decided to stay home so I didn't have to go, my God, please, will you stay home? So that was actually fabulous that happened. But once again, what that means is that not a whole lot happened out here in front of me this week. Oh, the other thing I did get was I got a few more solar lights that I now have put out in this direction. It just gives me a little more comfort here near the house. They are not bright lights. They're very toned down yellow, warm yellow lights. And they are not pointing in a skyward direction. So I'm trying to keep the lighting as low as possible here for the sake of all the birds and anything else that it disturbs, and give myself a little view onto the property. So, do we have things coming up? Yes, we have some things coming up. Oh, the other thing I did inside, by the way, this week is that I got back to beginning to work on my We Creative Women website, membership website, which has literally been in existence for years. But as time has gone by and I have not launched it, I've continued to tweak it and twist it and, make it more appropriate for where we are in time. So I did get to work on that. My intention is that by January of 27 at the latest, and it might be before that, somewhere between November of 26 and January of 27, I will be launching that and continuing to build community here on the property and in general amongst women and creative women in particular. So that's coming, and the rain allowed me some time to be inside to do that, versus out here where I have been pulled constantly for years now, which is why that hasn't launched. One of the reasons that hasn't launched. So that work was also happening. Now, what's coming up? Well, Tori will be here tomorrow which is very exciting because I know she wants to get back to doing the work she's excited about over in the big garden area. And there's a couple of other small things to just finish up around here. And we're going to finish sawing those boards in the storage shipping container so that I can use all the shelving. She got the boards up, but we need to saw off, I think about about 5 feet off of each one of them because they were 20-foot boards was what I got. Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 feet off of each one of them. So we'll be doing that hopefully together tomorrow morning, and that will free up some area in there. This is the last week of August that we have coming up. So I might get notified that my shed is ready to be delivered either next week or the first week of September. So I'm looking forward to hearing from the shed company and getting a phone call or an email that says, hey, guess what? We've got it and we're ready to come put it on the property. That would be very, very, very exciting. That would mean that by October, I will have emptied out my storage unit in St. Pete and been able to bring it here and put it into a part of the shed so I can continue to narrow that stuff down. And the bottom line is that will mean that I finally have all of my precious possessions as they may, here on the property with me. So I no longer have little pieces of me hanging in other areas and other houses and other storage units, which will be really fabulous to be finally completely contained here on the property. That storage unit has just kind of continued to be out there for 5 years while I moved around from place to place, getting myself here. And then these 8 months that I've been here. So it's moving. It's moving. Things are moving, and hopefully I get that call and that can happen. And then the weekend of the 6th, I think what I have happening the weekend of the 6th is that I have Loren coming here, and Loren, for you guys who have seen her before, she's the gardening guru. So I've got the land and landscape guru, and I've got the gardening guru, Tori and Loren. So Loren's going to be here, and we are talking. We've already started talking, but now we will really be talking fall planting and getting that going. And it's one of the themes for Tori too, is to she has an entire plan for the big garden over there. So it will include revamping the beds and where they laying them out differently. 3 new beds are coming in, greenhouses, a tunnel greenhouse, and then a regular greenhouse that even has room in it where we can sit inside the greenhouse and enjoy being out there in nature by the garden. So there's a lot coming up, and we just have to have time keep moving us through things. And I, of course, the queen of patience, not. I I get to just keep breathing and taking things in and doing things a little at a time as they're designed to happen, instead of trying to force and push things, which I spent a vast majority of my life trying to do. And I'm really clear that my higher self says no to that at this point. I am being told that slow medicine is the right medicine. I encourage all of you to take a look at what that would look like for yourselves also. But I know for me, the universe is setting things up in such a way that um, I get to pull back on my former type A driven self and experience more of being here in the now and the slow medicine that goes with that state. See, Gracie has it down pat. Notice that is what slow medicine looks like. Yep, just like that. Okay, so that's it. That's it for this week. We had lots of creature spottings, a little baby rabbit. I did not see the baby turtle again this week, but I did see a little baby rabbit. We have things jumping and buzzing all out there in the wildflower garden. So lots of beautiful creatures. The tortoises were all around this week. I was afraid that maybe we had chased some of them off, even though Tori is being extremely careful not to touch anything near their burrows. But you know, just having the sounds and everything on the land, I was afraid that maybe we had messed with some of them. But they were all around this week. They were crossing back and forth. They were surveying the work that's done over there, and they seem to mostly be living in some burrows that are here behind the house right this second. They do seem to change burrows around, which is kind of interesting, that the whole underground world that we have going on here with them. So I segued into that, but really it's just time now for us to tell you we're sending you freedom for yourself and your life. And we are sending you peacefulness, tons and tons and tons of peacefulness. The slow medicine that I talked about, that sets the stage for both freedom and peacefulness. And it definitely sets the stage for love. So, Gracie and I, hi there, hi. You want to do this with me? Gracie and I, yes, I know, yes, I know. We send you love, tons and tons and tons of love for yourself and your life. We will be back next week with a lot more exciting news and things that have gone on here on Freedom Makers, and you'll be the first to know. That's how this seems to be going. Okay, so we will see you very, very, very soon.